Most people don't realize this, but bananas were never supposed to be easy to eat. Long before they became one of the most popular fruits on Earth, bananas were almost unrecognizable. They weren't soft, sweet, or convenient. If you peeled one open thousands of years ago, you wouldn't find the smooth, creamy fruit we know today. You'd find something filled with large, rock-hard seeds and barely any edible flesh. The original banana wasn't a snack. It was closer to a survival plant. The earliest bananas grew in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, especially in places like Papua New Guinea and Indonesia. These forests were dense, humid, and packed with wildlife. Wild bananas thrived there naturally, long before humans ever started farming them. But those ancient bananas looked nothing like modern ones. They were small, tough, and loaded with thick black seeds that took up most of the inside of the fruit. Trying to eat one would have been frustrating. Imagine biting into something soft, only to immediately crunch into hard seeds over and over again. And the taste wasn't much better. Wild bananas were often bitter and starchy, rather than sweet. They didn't have the rich flavor or smooth texture we expect today. If you handed one to someone now, they probably wouldn't even recognize it as a banana. But early humans noticed something important about these plants. Every once in a while, a banana would grow slightly differently. Some fruits had fewer seeds, some were softer, some tasted just a little less bitter than the others. Those tiny differences changed everything. Instead of treating all banana plants the same, early farmers began paying attention to the better ones. When they found a banana that was easier to eat, they saved seeds or replanted parts of that plant. Then they grew more of those bananas. At the time, they probably had no idea they were slowly reshaping an entire species. But they were. This process is called selective breeding. Humans choose plants with the traits they like most and continue growing them generation after generation. It sounds simple, but over long periods of time, it can completely transform a plant. And that's exactly what happened with bananas. Year after year, century after century, bananas slowly began to change. The seeds became smaller, the flesh became softer. The bitterness started fading away. It wasn't a fast process. It took thousands of years. Think about that for a second. Entire civilizations lived and disappeared while bananas were slowly evolving in the background. Generations of farmers kept selecting the best fruits, passing down improved plants little by little, and eventually something incredible happened. Some bananas became almost completely seedless. That may sound like a small detail, but it completely changed the future of the fruit. Without giant seeds taking up space, bananas became soft, smooth, and easy to eat. For the first time, they started becoming enjoyable instead of merely useful. But there was also a strange downside. Without seeds, bananas could barely reproduce naturally anymore. So humans stepped in again. Instead of planting banana seeds, farmers began cutting off pieces of banana plants and replanting them directly into the ground. In a way, every banana plant became a clone of another banana plant. It worked surprisingly well. Bananas spread rapidly across tropical regions, and soon they became an important food source for many cultures. Traders carried them across Asia, into Africa, and eventually toward the Middle East. Then global exploration changed everything. During the Age of Exploration, European travelers brought bananas across oceans into the Americas. Central and South America turned out to be perfect places to grow them. The warm climate, rich soil, and heavy rainfall allowed banana plantations to expand massively, and that's when bananas stopped being local. They became global. By the late 1800s, bananas were exploding in popularity, especially in Europe and North America. For many people, bananas felt exotic and exciting. They were sweet, portable, and didn't require preparation. You could just peel and eat them. That simplicity made bananas incredibly valuable. Huge companies built enormous plantations across countries like Costa Rica, Honduras, Colombia, and Ecuador. Entire shipping systems were designed just to transport bananas around the world before they spoiled. And at the center of this banana empire was one specific variety, the Gros Michel banana. People loved it. Many historians say the Gros Michel tasted richer and sweeter than the bananas we eat today. It was creamy, flavorful, and durable enough to survive long journeys without bruising too easily. For decades, it dominated the global banana industry. Then disaster struck. In the early 1900s, a deadly fungus called Panama disease began spreading through banana plantations. The fungus attacked the roots of banana plants and slowly killed entire farms from the inside out. And because almost every Gros Michel banana was genetically identical, the disease spread unbelievably fast. That's the danger of cloning plants. If one is vulnerable, they all are. Plantation after plantation collapsed. Entire banana industries started failing. Farmers watched millions of banana plants die with almost no way to stop it. For a moment, it looked like bananas might disappear entirely. Then scientists and farmers found another variety, the Cavendish banana. It wasn't exactly the same as the Gros Michel, but it had one huge advantage. It resisted the original strain of Panama disease. So companies quickly replaced their dying plantations with Cavendish bananas. And that's the banana most people eat today. Every banana in grocery stores, smoothies, lunches, and fruit bowls traces back to that massive replacement. But strangely, the story may be repeating itself. A newer version of Panama disease, known as Tropical Race 4, has started infecting Cavendish bananas in different parts of the world. And once again, the problem is genetic similarity. Since Cavendish bananas are also clones, scientists worry the global banana industry could face another major collapse. So now researchers are racing to save bananas all over again. Some are experimenting with genetic engineering, others are studying ancient wild banana species, searching for traits that could make modern bananas stronger and more disease-resistant. In a strange way, the future of bananas may depend on returning to their past. And when you really think about it, the evolution of bananas is kind of unbelievable. Humans spent thousands of years transforming a hard, seed-filled jungle fruit into one of the most convenient foods on Earth. Something that once felt almost impossible to eat became a global, everyday snack. Today, bananas are everywhere. They're sliced into cereal, blended into smoothies, baked into bread, and eaten before workouts. People buy them without thinking twice. But that simple yellow fruit carries a hidden history. A history of patience, farming, survival, disease, and human innovation. Every banana you eat is the result of thousands of years of quiet changes. Tiny decisions repeated across generations slowly transform something wild and difficult into something soft and familiar. And maybe that's what makes bananas so fascinating. Not just what they became, but how long it took to get there.